Hello, wandering souls of the internet. Welcome to the Purgatory Podcast. I'm joined today by Lynx.
Hi everyone. Oh, I did want to say, I wanted to thank you, Flare, for inviting me onto this and actually like letting me work with you on this. I'm very grateful for it, and I don't feel I expressed that enough.
Well, I really appreciate it. I'm happy to have you here. This is actually the first episode of this podcast that we're going to be doing for everyone, and it's really exciting because I actually get to work with a really good friend of mine that I wanted to do a project like this for a while. So I'm really excited to kind of get this off the ground and going. And so today, on the first episode, we actually have a really near and dear story to my heart, and I'm sure that a lot of people that are our age, that kind of were kind of grown up by the internet, they kind of had that parent kind of vibe with the internet. They all played this similar game, right? They all played
Definitely.
there was a few games, like there was Temple Run, right? There was Angry Birds.
Of course, of course.
But if you were a PC gamer or even a console gamer or even a mobile game, it was on
Yeah.
everywhere. Minecraft, right? That's a game
Oh,
that I can definitely say raised me, right?
oh, it's such a good game,
I
man.
met a
Like thinking
lot of
back.
friends on there, and I met a lot of people on there that were just wonderful, right? That's kind of the game that really sparked my interest into YouTube. Funny enough, I did actually start my YouTube channel with Minecraft videos, which is lost of time, so don't worry about that.
It's a
However,
classic. It's a
it
classic.
is a classic, and it's a very neutral game. I think anybody who's anybody can really get into Minecraft pretty easily. It's a
It's
very,
very, it's
very
very good.
it's a very forgiving game, right?
Mhm.
However, we're not focusing on all the good aspects of Minecraft today. Unfortunately, arguably, we're focusing on the most notorious.
That
Notorious.
I would say probably one of the most famous dark spots of Minecraft that there is. Like, I think everybody probably knows where we're going with this already.
Yes, we are covering on the very first episode of the Purgatory Podcast, Herobrine, the
Yes, the
ghost
legend of
of
Herobrine.
Minecraft. Yes.
Ooh.
So, that being said, we have a lot to cover, and it is a
Mm.
very interesting and very cool story. So, without any further ado, let's get right into the story.
Okay, and we are going to begin with the origins of Herobrine. Now, everybody knows about Herobrine, everybody's heard of him, but you may not know exactly where he originally came from. You may not have heard the original story because I know I didn't. I didn't know a lot about the original. I knew of him,
Yeah.
but the origin of Herobrine was that there was an anonymous post on 4chan in 2010. The post was nicknamed him in all capital letters. The post was from during Minecraft's alpha stage, so this was very, very early. It was before
It
it was
was
like
very, yeah.
widely released to the public. Yeah.
Hmm.
Um, in the photo, you can see it's a Minecraft hill that is enveloped in fog, but we all know it's not fog; it's just poor rendering
Absolutely.
due to the simplicity of the game.
A lot of computers
Um,
back then obviously couldn't handle a lot of these heavier games, and Minecraft was no exception. As
mhm,
even if it is pixel blocks, a lot of these, I know I had a crap top back in the day, so it was
yeah,
very,
no.
very hard to run Minecraft. But nowadays we have like NASA computers at home, which is nuts. But
Yeah, that the stuff we have these days is insane, which makes now Minecraft seem like such an easy game to run.
I know.
Um, in the image of the hill, to the left of the hill, you could actually see Herobrine stood in the distance. Um, he was said to have a range of abilities, from building strange structures to possessing sheep, and this comes from this post from this anonymous poster who explained that they found strange structures around their world that they hadn't touched. Um, People often claimed that he was the deceased brother of Notch.
That's a
Um,
really freaky little tidbit of information there. Like it brings it to a whole
mhm.
new level. I feel like bringing it out of the game, which I really, really think that is it done in the right way. It can be effective, right?
Yeah, no, 100%. People originally just said it was the brother of Notch that used to be his like username, that Herobrine was his
Uh
username.
huh.
And then Notch went on to say like, oh, like, he's no longer with us,
Mm-hmm.
basically explaining to the fans like he has passed very sadly. So everyone's like, wow, it must be, the ghost of his
It's
brother in the game.
definitely not hard to make the connection there. It is very, very freaky,
100%. Not only was there this one person on 4chan, there was another one that was posted, and it was of another anonymous person explaining that they had seen a pair of white eyes in a cave while listening to the music disc 13.
And for those of you who don't know the disc 13, I'll play a little bit of tidbit for you now.
However, the instance was only said to be related to Herobrine and not a proper sighting due to not seeing the full render of the player character shape that he takes. After the sightings on 4chan, people had obviously started to hear about this and, took it into their own hands. So there were two live streamers named Copeland and Patimus, and they created their own takes on this mysterious character. This would be where they staged their own sightings. So Copeland had made it through a 2-hour stream whilst using this custom texture pack that he had created. During the stream, he walked into one of the rooms that he had made with hopes of furnishing it as you would do in any Minecraft house. But as he walks in, he actually spots Herobrine and he begins to run away really quickly, as any sane person would. And eventually he actually accidentally falls into a pit of lava, and on the stream you can see Herobrine watch Copeland die in the game, which I think apparently it was turned into a GIF or something like that online.
Wow.
And like people see it. I don't know, that's just what I heard.
If I'm able to find it, I'll put it on screen now so you guys can look at it. But that is a very morbid that's a very morbid thing to do, just looking at you while you're fucking suffering. That's insane.
And the other streamer, Patimus was on stream, and he found Herobrine actually walking on lava before immediately shutting his own game down out of fear, which I don't blame Patimus.
Yeah, very valid reaction, I think. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's odd because Herobrine is actually one of those entities in creepypasta that is, for everything that we know, you can just unplug the computer and that's the end of him, right? Which is definitely cool. I think maybe the only other one I can really think of off the top of my head is maybe Ben Drowned. I do like when creepypastas are really just kind of set to digital. But it also kind of makes that jump whenever Notch was like, I have a dead brother, and but he's not in the game. But it's kind of like is he really telling the truth there? But it is a very interesting thing to think about, especially back then when Minecraft videos weren't mainstream, and there was a lot of people coming out with their own sightings, and it was really crazy. But right now, I'd like to turn our attention over to the actual story on creepypasta.com, because it's very cool. It's not very long, but it is very cool, and I'd like to just read through it to show you guys kind of the initial vibe of what the original story had. So yeah, we'll do that.
I had recently spawned a new world in a single-player Minecraft. Everything was normal at first as I began chopping down trees and crafting a workbench. I noticed something move amongst the dense fog. I have a very slow computer, so I have to play with a tiny render distance. I thought it was a cow, so I pursued it, hoping to grab some hides for armor.
See, that's you're kind of getting into the vibe where you're like, okay, so this is kind of just like a normal Minecraft story, because everyone's had that little weird kind of side out of the corner of your eye kind of vibe. You think you've seen something, but it usually turns out to be a glitch, right?
Yeah, it usually just turns out to be nothing. And we also get that very simple vibe because it also explains that something that everybody does at the beginning, like even now, just chopping down trees and making a workbench, that's something that we still do to this day.
Agreed. It wasn't a cow, though. Looking back at me was another character with the default skin, but his eyes were empty. I saw no name pop up, and I double-checked to make sure I wasn't in multiplayer mode. He didn't stay long. He looked at me and ran quickly away into the fog. I pursued out of curiosity, but he was gone.
See, now that's creepy to me. Like
this is where it kind of starts to
whole
pick up, you know.
yeah, it really does pull you into it because it's like you feel like you are that player as well. Like it describes it at the same pace of your own realization, which is something I really like during like any type of literature, is the realization goes into the same speed as what you would be realizing it, and not just straight up explains it. It just gives you that confusion, that double checking, that worry, that what's going on kind of feel. I really like that.
Absolutely. It is very, very quick and to the point, though. I will say it's like it was just
Oh
like he
yeah.
just loaded into the world and immediately saw him. It is a creepy. It almost feels like this world is cursed, right? In the story, it feels like
Yeah.
he's stumbled across something he shouldn't be, right?
Yeah, it's like it almost like it stems from not just that world, but the game, because of how quick it came from. Like the game gave him this glitched or broken world, and
Absolutely.
that's just something he has to deal with. I continued on with the game, not sure what to think. As I expanded the world, I saw that things seemed to be out of place for the random map generator to make. 2x2 tunnels in the rocks, small, perfect pyramids made of sand in the ocean, and groves of trees with all their leaves cut off. I would constantly think I saw the other player in the deep fog, but I never got a better look at him. I tried increasing my render distance to far whenever I thought I saw him, but it was to no avail.
See, now I've actually experienced some of these weird mishaps. I've seen these randomly generated, quotation marks there, randomly generated sand pyramids, and it has really freaked me out at some points because I've heard the stories, you know. When I was younger, I heard the stories. I knew what the signs were, and seeing that just randomly in a world, and you know, it could be obviously the map random generator could make anything, right? It is a really weird feeling seeing one of the signs just randomly playing Minecraft, and I think that's what kept the legend alive for so long, is because
definitely.
you know, obviously nowadays there's so many fakes and setups, everything. It's hard, it's impossible to tell what's real and what's not, right? But I think back in the early days, it was very, very common to get very freaked out over something minuscule. So I really think that this story was very good for its time.
Yeah, I completely agree with the whole idea that it's maintained, because, you know, even to this day, you know, I'll still see 2x2 tunnels or piles of sand in perfect pyramids, and I'm still a little shaken. Even at my age, I'm still a bit like, oh my god,
absolutely.
you know, like I still know.
It's kind of ingrained, you know, in your mind. Whenever you see something like that, you're like, immediately, even if you know it's not real, it's like, okay, you know, it still connects in that way, which I really like.
100%.
I saved the map and went on the forums to see if anyone else had found this pseudo player. There were none. I created my own topic telling of the man and asking if anyone had a similar experience. The post was deleted within 5 minutes. I tried again, and the topic was deleted even faster. I received a PM from username Herobrine, containing one word: stop. When I went to look at Herobrine's profile, the page 404'd.
See, now that would genuinely freak me out.
Yeah, now it's
because,
getting
like,
out
that
of the
removes it
game.
from the
Yeah,
game.
it's getting out of the game, and it's like, okay, is this a virus or what is this, right?
Yeah, it's like there's got to be, like, I'm getting a private message about this. Like, what's going on right now?
That's when it kind of gets a little bit more real. You know, it's kind of getting out of the game a little bit. It's kind of what I said earlier. You know, it's kind of getting a little more real life. You know, but it can all still be stopped if you just unplug the computer, which, you know. But it is way creepier if you get an email from someone with the same name. You know,
Yeah.
it is. Ugh, it gives me chills.
Yeah, that would genuinely see, especially seeing that, being spooked from the game, being like, right, whatever, I'll just ask other people, and then, you know, you just check your inbox, and then you see that, and you see stop, and you're like, first off, what the hell? And then not, because what is that?
It's almost
But then
going into
also,
hacker territory at this point, right? It's
no, it
it's
really
weird.
is, because especially after you read it and you went to look at the profile and it errors with 404.
Yeah, that's
like,
it almost feels like someone's watching you as you're doing this and controlling
it's like
everything.
stalking it. Yeah.
Very weird.
I received an email from another forum user. He claimed the mods can read the forum user messages, so we were safer using email. The emailer claimed that he had seen the mystery player too, and that a small directory of other users who had seen him as well. Their words were littered with obviously man-made features as well, and described their mystery player to have no pupils.
See, that is, that genuinely, it just gives me shivers. Oh,
God. It is so
God.
freaky, but it would also be kind of reassuring that someone else is being like, no, like, dude, I see it too, like, I understand.
It gets more real with each time we read it. It's just like, you don't know if you're going crazy, you don't know if you maybe have a virus, but like, talking to somebody else that's seen this same thing, you're like, it kind of puts you back into the say like, oh my gosh, this is real, this is a problem that's happening.
Like, yeah, it's like, I'm not tripping. Like,
I feel like it'd be a little nicer though, maybe getting some clarification that you're not crazy, but even still.
Oh yeah, it also broadens it from just, stuck into your computer to it's anywhere in the world.
Yeah.
Like, this isn't just like in one position.
It does bring that kind of ghost vibe back, ghost or virus, whatever you want to call it. It does kind of bring that vibe back, which I really like.
100%.
About a month passed until I heard from my informant again. Some of the people who had encountered the mystery man had looked into the name Herobrine and found that the name to be frequently used by a Swedish gamer. After some further investigation, it was revealed to be the brother of Notch, the game's developer. I personally emailed Notch and asked him if he had a brother. It took him a while, but he emailed me back with a very short message. I did, but he is no longer with us. Notch.
See, this is where I was talking about in the beginning to do with like some of the origins of talking about how, people were saying it's his brother, like this and the other, and then Notch confirms like, my brother isn't with us anymore. Like, and that really reassures this ghost idea.
And it's weirder because, obviously Notch doesn't know the whole story, he doesn't know what's going on, and it's really weird because, indirectly he confirms that, he has a brother, but... Yeah. I will say, I did some research. I don't believe Notch ever actually had a brother in real life. I could be wrong about that, but I'm pretty sure it was debunked that he actually did have a brother. So this is just a normal, like, this is just kind of for the story. But it does make it creepier in the sense that, Notch would be like, well, I did, but he's no longer with us, kind of in hammering home that ghost vibe.
Yeah, it really makes you go, oh, right. Well, if he doesn't know what's going on, but he's telling me his brother's passed, then this isn't good.
This is not good. This is definitely weird.
I haven't seen the mystery man since our first encounter, and I haven't noticed any changes to the world other than my own. I was able to press print screen when I first saw him. Here is the only evidence of his existence.
Wow. And then it's just the screenshot that's on the screen now, the most iconic image that we have of Herobrine, and it honestly, just looking at this, it is terrifying. It is horrifying that this could be at all real, right? It is. Yeah. Because on first glance, obviously, he's just looking at a chicken, but you zoom in, you look. It is very, very creepy just being watched like that from the fog.
Yeah, 100%, especially when you know that you should be alone.
So, Lynx, do you have any actual personal experiences with this kind of like the Herobrine kind of vibes? Did you ever kind of... I know there was always the Herobrine spawner, that we would try as kids. Did you ever try that? Let's be honest.
Yes, 100%. Yeah. Me and my sister definitely tried that. We would Google every different type of spawner.
There were so many,
I used
right?
to make worlds for it. Yes. Oh my god, everyone came up with so many. And me and my sister would try them on different worlds, like dedicating an entire world to
Absolutely.
being for spawning in this Herobrine figure and trying to see him, or like even if it corrupted the game, I didn't care. Like I was like, I want to see him. I want to see him.
It was everything just to see him. Everyone had the same exact goal. They just wanted to see him. And I think that's one of the things that brought this story so together, is everyone had the same goal. Nobody cared that it would ruin their computer or their Minecraft server or anything. They just wanted to be a part of the legend. I think that's really, really cool. And on that, we actually have some of the videos that were uploaded to the internet way back whenever Herobrine was at his peak. We'll be looking at one of the earliest sightings that I could find, one of our favorites personally, and then one of the latest real quote unquote sightings of Herobrine to date. So, are you ready for this?
I don't even know. This is such a blast from the past for me. So I think I'm ready.
All right, let's get to it. All right, for the first one, for the first video we have here, it is on a playlist I found on YouTube, which is supposed to be the earliest Herobrine sighting. I haven't actually watched this one, I don't think, but I really want to see kind of what the vibe was, because like I said, everyone was uploading these kind of videos, right? Everyone wanted to be part of the action, but I believe this is the first one, so let's get right into it. So it seems like he is already seeing these blocks, and he's kind of like, what's going on, which is weird, because in the actual creepypasta, this isn't actually a sign of him, right? We see down here in the bottom though, there are like burnt trees without any leaves, but it was a weird thing that there's no like floating blocks in the actual creepypasta. So this must have been like an original thing that he actually put in here. And you can also see how early Minecraft is at this point, with just the heart bar, the cobblestone in the corner, and the hearts, no hunger. So this is a very, very early alpha clip of Minecraft. Okay, so we've got... I'm gonna have to turn this fucking... There we go. I'm gonna have to turn that down.
It's so loud.
I'll do this. Whatever. 3 photos. He's got 3 photos of him. So let's see how clear these photos are, if at all. He said he's messed up. So are these the photos?
If this is the photo, like
wait. Are these the photos? Wait. These 3. Okay, hold on one sec. These 3 photos are of him. So it looks like these are the photos. This glitched out, and then another glitched out, and it's just glitched. Okay, so it's literally just...
He did preface.
Yeah, he did preface. Okay, so that's me not understanding, but it is interesting. These are the first... I
thought he meant messed up.
It
was really messed up to look at.
Yeah. Okay, so so technically, everybody, these are the first images of Herobrine. It gives me like Missing No, like from Pokemon, Missing No vibes, right? Yeah. It's okay. Well, I didn't expect that, but let's see what else he's got, right? Okay, so he's kind of in his little home here. His windows are broken. And then... Okay. So he's broken his bridge as well. Huh. So it looks like in this one, he's just kind of breaking stuff.
Yeah, like you can see it's a dead giveaway. Like when he looks at the glass, you can see his pickaxe has been used.
Is
and
that
then when
right?
He goes to... Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Oh, that is true. Yeah, it is. So in this one, he's not broken, and then this one his durability is a little bit down. Yeah. Well, it might have also been he mined this.
And he's also got the glass in his inventory.
Oh, he does. Okay, so obviously this one is less than genuine, right? He also say shortly after my friend asked me how redstone works, I was showing him. Then he said he had to go. When he left, I took this photo. So let's see. Maybe this will change our mind. Oh, here we go. We have the first real photo right up in here in this area where this red circle is. If you missed it, But yeah,
It's
no,
quite conveniently cropped. So
it is
that the username
very
is out of view.
it is very conveniently cropped, but it is our first real sighting of the legend of Herobrine, which is very cool. That it's just kind of just out of view. It almost gives me Slenderman vibes, you know what I mean?
Yes,
It's like
especially that
Slenderman.
tree.
There it is. Okay, there we go. He zooms in on it. This was the man that attacked
One
me.
eye's bigger than the other.
Yeah. Well, I think that's all she wrote there. Okay, well, yeah. So that was the first Herobrine sighting. Just pretty. Don't quote me on this, but I'm pretty sure that was the first Herobrine upload on YouTube. There might have been other ones, but this one was the most popular. Because this playlist is just kind of a collection of all of them. But now, this is the one I'm most excited about. I think a lot of you out there have seen this one. It is definitely me and Lynx's favorite. And I'm just
100%.
I just want to let this one play as long as I can. Obviously, we're going to have to stop it because of copyright reasons now and then to talk over it. However, it is genuinely the best fucking video on the internet. It is so funny. So we'll be right back. So, this video takes place on Minecraft Pocket Edition, which, as we know, used to be free, right? It used to be one of the most popular downloadable mobile games, I believe, at one point, right?
Yeah.
Even challenging the likes of Temple Run and Angry Birds. It was up there. It was one of the big three, right?
It was one of the downloadable apps to get. Like, if you were a kid, like, you had to get it. I had it for so long. I remember when I had it before you could save worlds.
Oh, absolutely.
So I used to keep the tab open so that I could go.
Don't even get me started on the Nether reactor, man.
Nether reactor core.
Oh my gosh, yeah. But this one is a Herobrine sighting on the Pocket Edition Minecraft. So, like I said before, he can basically jump wherever he wants to, from the PC edition, for the console, for the Pocket Edition. It doesn't matter as long as it's Minecraft. You have a chance of seeing Herobrine, and that really made it. Like I said before, it makes it a connection for everybody. Everyone has the same exact chance to find this guy. So let's take a look at the best video on YouTube I've ever seen.
Oh, I just got some cobblestone and stuff. That's why it's darker. I went out, got some cobblestone. But I got some diamonds still. Okay, so we're gonna break out the whoa, I already have it. Sorry. Okay, so
by the way, can I just say, rich as hell, bro. Made 2 diamond swords. Don't even need it, right? Like, that's.
He had like 99 diamonds.
I know, that's insane, bro. Richest kid I've ever seen on Pocket Edition, bro. What?
Oh my god! Back when the inventory had the 3 dots.
Yes. Oh my, that's what I was just about to say. The dots on the side, and then having to hold. You'll see here in a moment, everybody. He has to hold still to drop things. Oh, it's amazing.
Classic.
I think it's a glitch or something. My door is never closed, even when I don't have a Herobrine seed or anything. And
he does say as well, a Herobrine seed. So there were also seeds that we put in, back in the day, that we expected to have Herobrine there. That was something I did personally, which I really liked.
I remember looking at those.
It was so much fun.
We would look into them, being like, because people would claim like, oh, I have like Herobrine on this seed. Like, this is the seed where I found him. Here's the seed, and everyone would be like, oh my god. You would download it, and it just
it's just never happened, but you had that in your head, like, oh my god, this is gonna be the one. It's like a diamond in the rough, man.
Check the Herobrine trap. Oh god, I fell. Jump over the bar. Okay.
I love the tapping noise.
Hardcore legend over here. I love it. I do love the fact that there's also like a Microsoft PowerPoint presentation going on as well.
Yeah.
The frame rate is insane.
Like one of those Australian guys from the Discovery Channel.
And this is
we're
upcoming on the most iconic moment of this entire.
It's so famous.
It's so good. And mind you, I will say, it does have like 70 million views at this point, right?
Yeah, we were shocked when we found this out. We were like, oh, how many views?
It's insane.
We expected about 7 million. We expected a lot, but
not 70 million. 70. Yeah, it's insane how many people have seen this video.
It is crazy.
And this perfect reaction to the building of the
amazing.
tension.
See if he built a tunnel down here somewhere. Okay, let's use a diamond.
Can I just say, the best reaction, right? Because this is
Give him an Oscar.
like genuinely like the entire. I'll show you guys the entire reaction. It's full. This is every kid if they were to actually find Herobrine. Let me just show you guys.
100%.
Like that's what I'm saying. Like that encompasses the entirety of the vibe that everyone had for Herobrine, right? It was joy, fear, excitement, and like if you came face to face with this guy in your Minecraft world, you were shitting yourself, but you were also like, oh my god, I have him in my world, right? And that
100%.
just him going, "Ooh, yippee, yippee," is the best thing I have ever seen.
I remember me and my sister would we'd be able to like quote this entire 3 minute and a half video because we had watched it so many times.
Oh my gosh, it's a classic.
Like,
you
cried
have
with
to,
laughter.
right?
Yeah,
Oh.
no, 100%.
And I will say, right here is probably the clearest like sighting, right? Ever. Like he's right in front of him, just like genuinely a block away. The clearest thing that we have, right? I think that is probably why this one is one of, if not the best Herobrine sightings that was ever uploaded, because the the initial reaction, the sighting, the clear picture that this is the guy, the White Eye Steve. I mean, it's everything you could ever want from a Herobrine sighting video, right? It's everything.
I also want to add, I don't know if in that edition you could see gamer tags when you join someone else's game. So
That is
because I was about
true.
to say you can't see the gamer tag, but then I was like, it's a really old version. Would you even be able to see the gamer tag anyway?
It's very smart because, like, nowadays you have to have like mods and different things to cover the gamer tags if you wanted to pull something off like this, right? But as early as this was very smart to do, and that's why there's so freaking many of them, and it's so difficult to sift through what may be an actual sighting, or if it's just completely staged. We don't know. Nobody knows anymore.
With this one, you can hear.
Yeah, you
the
definitely can.
background.
You definitely can. We'll get into that here in a moment. I'll go back and we'll let the video play on. There, just listen closely.
Run away, run away, run away! Israel! Oh my gosh, I'm sweating. Oh my god!
And again, that's what I'm saying. Like, he has such
Oh my
a
gosh, I'm sweating,
clear
I'm sweating.
picture of Herobrine. I mean, like, it's perfect, right? It lit perfectly. You can see every detail of him. He's coming out.
Yep.
Like, that's also creepy as hell, right? That
100%.
is creepy as hell. Like, forget this kid's reaction for a minute. If you saw that, you would shit yourself, right?
Oh, I'd be out.
That would probably be the end of that world. I would probably delete that so quickly.
I think the reason why there's so much fear surrounding Herobrine is because of there is so much unknown about him. Like, there's a general fear in humans being scared of the unknown.
Absolutely.
And this unknown thing in your world will put fear into you, because you're just like, what is he gonna do? Like, how, like, you just don't know. The unknown is so strong.
And that also
That's
gets
where a lot of the fear comes from.
Yeah, that also gets added on to the fact that it is the internet of all things. It's the internet by itself is mysterious, right? You have so much that you don't know, you can't control, and added on to a mystery pseudo player, right? You don't know if it's part of the game, if it's a hacker, a virus. You just don't know. And I think a lot of that, unfortunately, has been lost to today, where there's just not a lot of fear anymore. There's not a lot of wonder, and I think that's what we want to try to kind of bring back with this.
Yeah, 100%. It was something that I valued a lot in a childhood, so I want to bring that back for
Absolutely.
other kids playing the game, because I know how much it affects me and you for sure.
Yeah, and I honestly, if you ever believed in Herobrine, or even if you still do, I mean, genuinely, there's nothing wrong with that. If you believe that there's something that could be out there, or that could have been out there a while before, like maybe there was an actual sighting at one point, and it just kind of got muddied, the water, everyone just started jumping on the bandwagon, and it kind of lost that. But if you ever believed, don't feel bad. That's pretty much the only thing I really want to hammer home. If you really believed in this at one point, or if you still do, Do not feel bad. It is perfectly okay. And it's
Everybody
fun.
does.
It is so much fun. As I'm going to take this from a retired YouTuber who I actually really I looked up to when I was little and still today, Mullet Mike. I'm going to give him a shout out even though he doesn't need it. He's a very big inspiration with his creepy gaming series. I wanted to always do something like that. Please, please, please understand, it is fun to be scared.
Oh my god! Run! I'm about to go to my house. I'm about to lock my door. I'm gonna run all the way to the end of my mind.
And it's so creepy seeing him out of the corner of your eye as well while you're running.
Had to turn around and shut the door. Of course.
Yeah, of course.
God, this is
Safety first.
Yeah. You want to dive?
And there's the holding.
That's the bit we're talking about.
Yep.
Anything. Just leave me alone. I can't do diving.
And remember, if you listen closer, you'll be able to hear something in the background here.
No! It's the end. No.
So right there, obviously.
Yeah.
So it's it's obvious that somebody is probably controlling this other player, right? It's obvious it's probably his brother or a friend or something, right? But it is still so much fun because of the initial freak out and it's so unique, right? It's such a funny idea. Like, hey, let's just go on the world and you pretend to be Herobrine. You just chase me through the mind. Like that's
You can imagine the conversation.
exactly like that's exactly how it probably went down, and that just makes it so much more golden. I'll play it towards the end here and just let you guys watch, but it is so great.
Take a stand! What the? Get away! Oh my god! Oh my god! I'm gonna die! Don't hurt me! Don't hurt me! No! No! Die! No! He's dead. He's dead. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. I just caught that on tape. This is going on YouTube. Take that, Herobrine. Take that. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
The tea bag at the end is killing me.
Yeah.
It just
His finger.
Yeah.
So good.
Oh my god! But that's what I'm saying is like you can also initially hear whenever he turns around and sees the zombie, his pitch changes because he's actually freaked out. He actually got scared there for a moment.
Yeah. Because he didn't expect it. You can just hear his friend giggling away in the back.
it's the best thing, and that's what I'm saying is like it's so much fun, even if it isn't real, even if it isn't always real, or if it is staged. Doesn't matter. It's so much fun to be scared, and it's so thrilling, and that's why we have like stuff like roller coasters, horror games. This kind of stuff, if you suspend your disbelief, can be as much fun as something that's like, oh, I don't know, like a really interesting, a really really realistic but interesting fact or whatever. You know what I mean? Like it doesn't have to be real in order to be scary. That's what I'm trying to say.
Of course not. Yeah, exactly. It's such a big part of being human, and that adrenaline rush that we get, that not only is it the adrenaline rush of, I survived, it's that satisfaction and joy that you feel of getting out of it and, calming back down again and things like that. That's something that you can enjoy after a scary game or a scary moment. Like when it's over, you can feel good that it's stopped, and that's another happiness part that you can get out of fear.
Absolutely. With that all said, we're going to go to the next video and the last video that we're going to cover today. It is the most recent, authentic, Herobrine sighting, that we have, to date. So we'll go check that out. This is the final video that we're going to be looking at today. It is Herobrine in 1.0.0, so very early, but we do have the hunger bar. So
and the XP bar.
Yes, it is very, very cool. So this is something we're familiar with a little bit more. I haven't actually seen this one, so hopefully it's good. We're just going to take a look at it together and see what he's got to offer. So let's go. Just generate a new world, and I already start to cut down trees, and I started recording. Okay.
Those sound effects are so nostalgic.
I know. I wish they kept those kind of sound effects, right?
I'm sure you can get a mod pack to bring it back.
Oh, I'm sure. I just mean like in base, you know. I'm not a fan of the new ones. Okay. So already this environment is very creepy. The short render distance and the minimal FPS that we're getting is definitely creepy. So he's essentially saying that he had not cut down these trees. Okay, I understand now.
Yeah.
I'm dyslexic. Okay, hold on. Let me go back here for a moment.
Okay, yeah, go back. I didn't even see anything.
So it looks like he is saying that that's him behind a tree, but I'm pretty sure that's just tall grass. No?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's just a tree.
That's just
okay.
a tree.
He's a little schizophrenic, I think, but
a little positive-minded, I think.
Yeah, positive-minded. That's a better word for it. We've got some lava, the old texture as well. Delicious.
The unmoving lava.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, real talk. I would be bugging as well, as much as he is. I'd be freaking it out because this world is it's just genuinely fucking creepy.
We also had the 3x3 2 down hole in front of the mine tree as well, which was something that was mentioned.
Yeah, okay, this is so something's going on. We know something's going on. Sorry, the sounds are just killing me.
That's so classic.
They are. So it looks like he sees something in the fog.
I didn't know you could zoom like that.
He might have
base game.
He might have Optifine, but I didn't know they made it this old.
Wow, I was gonna say Optifine for that base game.
Oh, it looks like it's a redstone torch. Oh my gosh.
The little emoji thing. Oh my god.
Okay, so we've got a obsidian block with a redstone torch. That is also a new sighting, right? That's not something that was in the original creepypasta, so that's interesting. It goes to show that everybody kind of gives their own little spark to it, which I really like.
Yeah. Everybody added their own thing.
Which I mean, it also adds to the unpredictability to it. So I really like that kind of idea. Ooh, found more. Okay. I like that he knows immediately where to mine as well. That's
yeah.
Free redstone torch.
I'm loving the little emojis to go with it.
I do. I really like it. Felt like he was being watched so much.
How can you feel like you're being watched in game? I get it in real life because we're built to sense that, but
I don't know.
That's a very strange thing to feel in game. That's an old noise. That's someone knocking on a door, bro.
I thought for a minute when he was gonna mine that he was gonna be like right behind him or something, like right in front of the tree or something. Oh my god, I would lose it. Okay, so thankfully he's cut for time. Thank you for that. That's much less editing I have to do. Like. Okay, so a carved putman. Okay, so it's important to note those don't spawn naturally, but it is.
No, they don't.
I'm sorry. Is there something funny?
It's just the little emojis. They just tickle me.
Okay. All right, let's finish this one up. Let's see what happens. See if he actually finds him. Okay, that's it. Okay, wow. Oh, okay. There's a little message. I can't fucking see it out of the. Hold on. Let me just zoom into this. Is this the work of Herobrine, or is it just generated like this? I'm not sure, but I am for sure deleting this world. I don't feel like that was a warranted thing to do, though, personally.
No, that
I don't
was
feel
quite tame.
that was very tame compared to what we had before.
Very tame.
So it just goes to show the progression, right? The progression of the Herobrine sightings back then, and then now it's a lot less, which is odd. I feel like it would have been the opposite. So that's interesting. That's very interesting to see. But yeah, with all that being said, there is one more thing I wanted to actually add. Lynx, you mentioned earlier about how the change logs, right? The updates,
Yes.
they had something similar throughout the entirety of Minecraft's existence. They had something called removed Herobrine under every addition or things they would take away or something like that. And then recently,
Yeah.
you said something happened, right?
Yeah, so throughout the years, obviously, we all saw removing Herobrine. We all kind of started to agree that it was kind of just like an inside joke that, Mojang would like keep up with us. And then I can't remember like which update it was. It might have been 17. I don't know. But they actually removed the changelog of remove Herobrine since then.
Okay.
So there hasn't been remove Herobrine, even
Wow.
though there has been remove Herobrine for a long time, which is very
That's
strange.
very interesting because there is. I mean, it is also kind of like an inside joke, I guess, at Mojang and everyone that works there, to kind of put that. So I guess either the real question is did they get tired of just putting that joke, or is it an old joke?
Yeah.
Nobody believes it anymore, or are they unable to keep him contained anymore? Is
Yeah,
it just
there's
kind of like a
something
losing
deeper.
fight?
It's
So
something that we don't know about. No one can confirm it, It really leads the mind to deepen the story a little bit, considering that, Mojang has actually paid attention to keeping the Herobrine thing in, and now they've decided to change that and remove it.
it's very interesting. But again, we don't know. Obviously, we're just here to speculate. But do let us know in the comments what you think. It is very, very interesting reading all of this and getting to learn a whole lot more about the legend of Herobrine. I really enjoyed the story. I think he's very cool. I liked learning a little bit more about him. Obviously, going into this, I love Minecraft, and I was a very big player back in the day. And I still am. I still play a lot. And so this is kind of very special to me. But definitely let me know what you guys think. Let us know if you think he's real, if he's still in the game somewhere, still deep lashed in the code. Maybe he is Notch's dead brother. Let us know what you believe, what your thoughts and opinions are. If you think he's just a fake hoax, or if you think he's real. But
Tell us if you've had any experiences. Wow,
absolutely, we would love to
seen
hear about your
anything.
experiences. Definitely, if you've had a personal experience now or in the past, definitely let us know. But
Yeah,
I think
100%.
the only other thing we need to do is give our scaling on this story. So,
Yes.
what would you rate this horror scale on, huh?
See, I want to take it because it depends whether I rate it from how I remember it as a child or if I rate it now. As a kid, it was really terrifying. But now
Absolutely,
I would say maybe around a 3 because it would definitely spook me out.
a
It would
3.
definitely like surprise me, but like I don't think I'd be that scared because I
Okay,
know I can just turn off my computer.
okay.
So I know I could just be like, yep, nah, it's cool.
Yeah, I think honestly, I don't know. Going back to it again after all these years, definitely it loses some of the magic that it had before. So I'm gonna have to give it a 2 on the horror scale. Unfortunately, not a great scary start. However, it is an important story to tell because of the impact and the influence that it had on the community of Minecraft as a whole. I think it's a very cool story to tell, but that is going to be a total of 5 out of 20 for us. It is going to not very it's not very scary, but it is still
No.
a good read. It's a good rabbit hole to kind of dive down if you're interested in that kind of thing. But with all that being said, I believe that's all I have to say. Lynx, is that everything you want to say?
I think so. I think that is everything we needed to cover.
All right. Well, I think that's a pretty good starting point for our little project that we're going on. Thank you all for joining us on the Purgatory Podcast, and we will see you later.